Ladies and gentlemen, Pearl Bailey was an icon, a force of nature, and one of the most beloved performers in American history. Her name is synonymous with grace, wit, and undeniable talent. But behind the curtain of her dazzling career, her life was filled with complexities, heartbreaks, and yes, even scandal. Born on March 29, 1918, in Newport News, Virginia, Pearl Bailey grew up in a deeply segregated America. Her childhood was steeped in the music of the black church, where her father was a preacher. From a young age, it was clear that Pearl had a gift. Her voice was smooth as velvet, her timing impeccable, and her charisma unmatched. Her rise to fame wasn't meteoric, it was earned, gig by gig. From small clubs in Philadelphia to big breaks on Broadway, Pearl clawed her way to the top. She became a household name in the 1940s and 50s, performing alongside legends like Cab Calloway and Duke Ellington. Pearl Bailey's life seemed like a dream: fame, fortune, and adoration. But as with many stars, her personal life told a different story. Pearl was married 4 times. While her final marriage to jazz drummer Louis Bellson lasted an impressive 36 years, her earlier relationships were rocky and fraught with scandal. Her first husband, John Randolph Pinkett, was a publicist who supported her career but clashed with her fiery temperament. Their marriage ended in divorce, with rumors of infidelity and fierce arguments swirling in the press. Pearl's second and third marriages were equally brief, and she often joked in interviews about her inability to find the right man. But when she met Louis Bellson in 1952, something clicked. Louis, a white musician in an era when interracial marriages were still taboo, faced public criticism for their union. Yet their love endured, and the pair became one of Hollywood's most inspiring couples. Pearl's career wasn't without its controversies. In the 1950s, her refusal to stay silent on racial issues made her a lightning rod for criticism. She used her platform to speak out against segregation, often finding herself blacklisted from certain venues. In a particularly shocking incident, Pearl publicly called out a prominent Broadway producer for underpaying black performers. Her courage made headlines, but it also earned her powerful enemies. Still, Pearl was undeterred. She believed in equality, and she wasn't afraid to fight for it. In 1990, the world was stunned by the sudden passing of Pearl Bailey at the age of 72. Her death came after years of health struggles, including heart disease and exhaustion from her relentless touring schedule. Her husband, Louis Bellson, and their 2 children, Dee Dee and Tony, were left heartbroken. In the days following her death, the public learned just how much Pearl had sacrificed for her art. Friends and family revealed that she often ignored her doctor's advice to rest, pushing herself to perform for her adoring fans. Even in death, Pearl Bailey's name was entangled in scandal. A tell-all biography published shortly after her funeral claimed that Pearl had been estranged from her children in her later years. The book also alleged that her health issues were exacerbated by years of stress and poor financial management. Pearl's family fiercely denied these accusations, calling the book an exploitation of her legacy. However, the allegations cast a shadow over her otherwise sparkling reputation. Despite the scandals and struggles, Pearl Bailey's contributions to music, theater, and civil rights cannot be overstated. She was a trailblazer who broke barriers and inspired countless artists who came after her. Pearl was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1988, just 2 years before her passing. It was a fitting recognition for a woman who dedicated her life to bringing joy to others, often at great personal cost. Pearl Bailey was more than just a singer or actress, she was a storyteller. Her voice, rich and filled with emotion, was a vessel for conveying experiences far beyond the lyrics of a song. When she sang, it wasn't just entertainment, it was a statement, a moment of connection between her and the audience. Her performances often carried an undercurrent of her struggles and triumphs, even if the audience didn't realize it. Whether it was a rousing Broadway number or a soulful jazz ballad, Pearl's authenticity always shone through. Pearl wasn't content to simply excel in her craft, she wanted to make a difference. Her stance on racial equality and her willingness to speak out against injustice made her a pivotal figure in the civil rights movement. One of the most significant moments in her career came during her time entertaining U.S. troops overseas. Pearl didn't just perform for segregated audiences as was often customary, she insisted on integrated shows. Her demand for equality on the stage mirrored the larger fight for equality happening across the nation. This bravery came at a cost. Some venues blacklisted her, and certain critics branded her as difficult. But Pearl never let that deter her. She knew that her platform came with a responsibility, and she carried that weight with grace. It's easy to look at Pearl's public persona and see only the glitz and glamour, but as we've discussed, her life was far from perfect. Her smile often masked pain from failed relationships, societal pressures, and the relentless demands of fame. Her marriage to Louis Belson may have been her most stable relationship, but even it wasn't without challenges. Being in an interracial marriage in the 1950s required constant resilience. Public scrutiny was harsh, and the couple often faced discrimination. Yet, Pearl's enduring love for Louis showcased her ability to rise above prejudice. One of the most poignant aspects of Pearl Bailey's story is how much she kept hidden. Despite being a public figure, she was intensely private about her struggles. Her health issues, for example, weren't widely known until after her death. Even her children, Dee Dee and Tony, described her as someone who kept her pain to herself. In interviews, they've mentioned how Pearl's humor was her coping mechanism. She would crack a joke or deliver a witty line to deflect from deeper issues. It's a reminder that even those who seem larger than life carry burdens that we may never see. There's so much we can learn from Pearl Bailey's life. Her resilience in the face of adversity, her courage to speak out, and her ability to find joy amidst pain are qualities we can all aspire to. She showed us that it's possible to live a life of purpose, even when faced with challenges. Her story is a testament to the idea that success isn't about perfection, it's about perseverance. Today, Pearl Bailey's influence can be seen in the work of countless artists who continue to break barriers and use their voices for change. Her performances, recordings, and films are timeless, but her true legacy lies in the lives she touched and the doors she opened for others. As we remember Pearl, let's honor not just her talent, but also her courage, her heart, and her unwavering commitment to making the world a better place. Thank you for taking this journey into the life of Pearl Bailey. If her story inspired you, don't forget to share this video with others who need to hear it. Let's keep her memory alive and continue celebrating the incredible contributions of those who paved the way. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the stories that shape our world.